Okay. What are your thoughts on Hollywood film studios bringing actors and actresses back from the dead to be in movies? Like they've done it with Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, James Dean. There's quite a list of
They've done all of those.
From what I've read. Well, they're not out yet,
Oh,
but they're going to be out. Like there's going to be one with James Dean, all because the producers couldn't find any actor that could be him in a movie. So so now they want to digitally add him into a movie because that's like their best choice. Do you think this is right? There's other actors like Chris Evans who have spoken against it, saying that it's not right, that it inflicts on privacy, on the whole, post-mortem privacy rights and stuff like that. What are your guys' thoughts?
I don't really know why, but I'm kind of against it. Just feels wrong.
Yeah.
It sounds old-fashioned. I'm trying to think of some equivalent of a generation ago that would have said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything yet.
Who gets like the royalties then? Is
well,
there like a trust?
it's a whole messy thing. It's a whole messy thing. There's some people that actually just outright own the rights to certain people, and then there's some people where it's their estate that has
like
the
Elvis
rights.
has an estate.
Yeah, but then there's others who there's literally like companies that own rights to certain people because they bought them.
Yeah, that I believe. Yeah, they say like Einstein.
Yeah.
Like pictures of him earns a lot of money every year still.
Yeah.
To like the family, and I'm sure some probably
like
music
Betty,
rights that probably sold off to various people for like a lump sum or a cut or something.
Yeah, I think it's Betty Page. I think is who it is. Who is like she's I don't know how long she's been dead or whatever, but there's been some company that's been making lots of money out of her ever since. Just by using companies using her likenesses and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's really strange. I don't know. It's like there's a whole quote from Jurassic Park where he's just like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because the technology is there and you're able to do it, that doesn't make it okay. Doesn't make it right. And then also, like, say, 30 years ago, before they had this technology, if they wanted to make a movie about James Dean, what was their option then? They had to find someone that looked like James Dean, or they just don't make that movie.
That was like 5 years ago. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
that wasn't
that
generation.
long.
I'm just saying, like, what did they do before? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't they just go back to and no one's expecting to watch a movie about someone who has died and expect them to get someone that looks exactly like them. Like, we understand that they're going to look different.
Well, I mean, there's so much makeup and different things that they do now that makes them look pretty well. Like,
and I think part of it too, like you seen that Elvis movie that came out recently
with Austin.
Yeah, which I thought was really, really good.
What did you?
And I think it kind of is. I think it almost, what's the right phrase? Doesn't give actors a chance to really show how good they could really be. Like people that study for a year to get good at a voice and particular dance move from this time frame versus another time frame kind of robs of the whole thing. Isn't that part of what people like to see in movies is actors acting?
Yeah.
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 Because that's what Austin Butler did.
Yeah.
Like spent all this time research.
He
and
said like
studying.
2 years.
Yeah. And learning his voice and everything.
Yeah.
To now that's how he talks.
Yeah.
And it'll take time for him to almost unlearn it.
Yeah, like in a weird way of respect, like method acting of just submerse for a long time. Huh.
I agree. I think it's kind of creepy, but I don't really know why I feel that way.
I don't know. I something just tells me I just don't like it because I feel like it's also kind of
slightly disrespectful.
Disrespectful. It's kind of lazy, honestly, because I feel like it's kind of like the shortcut. Even though they probably are paying a lot of money for that, and there is some skill in digitally and making that stuff, whatever. But like, I want to go back to like the creativity and making someone that's not that person and making them look like that and convincing an audience that is that person. You know, like
disrespectful. Like what though? I'm just thinking out
I don't
loud.
know why, but that's
like
what
even
I
like a
feel.
live, like a real alive person doing it, I feel could be just as disrespectful as the CGI version.
Yeah, I don't know.
To tell the story
At
of
least
someone how it
there's-
portrays somebody.
I don't know. At least with like a real person mimicking somebody that was once is kind of
Someone's kind of held accountable.
yeah.
You're
like,
right. Yeah. like this
But-
person botched this or did a really good
Yeah.
job. Versus
Mhm.
like, who do you even blame if they
Right,
did
who
a
do
bad
you
job?
blame if it's
Yeah.
like the CGI people? I don't know what they're called.
And
Yeah.
someone probably
In computer
do
animators.
they do it like you see those shots, right? Someone with like the balls on for like motion capture or something.
Mhm.
If you did an Elvis movie with, it probably would be the whole body, probably just like the face. I'm guessing, like
Yeah.
a deep fake face type thing,
Mm-hmm.
a deep fake voice perhaps also. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's people that make a living impersonating Elvis in Vegas. I don't know if they make a living, but
They do.
there's so many Elvis impersonators. You can't find one person to, and then just dub a voice of a good actor over them
Why
while
do you
they.
think you have to dub? Well, Elvis, like he's on recordings, like
Yeah.
you can use his voice.
Right.
Isn't there computer technology where you can take his
I
voice
think
and,
so.
and figure out his dialect and his tones? And
But make it work in a context of a scene that they're trying to pull
Yeah.
off.
They can make.
I mean,
if they can take, I'm
if
sorry,
they
go
can
on.
take Trump, Biden, and Obama, and make them play Minecraft together in a
Yes.
Discord server, and it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
and it's funny.
where they take the words and they put it all
Mm.
together. Yeah, like you
I feel like
heard,
they
I haven't
could-
seen that. That sounds interesting.
like there's a
I'll
few
show you
different
one.
things like that where they've taken like
Yeah.
rap songs and make like Obama like
Mhm.
rap the song just from like all the
Mhm.
words that they picked out of like his speeches and whatnot.
Mhm.
It's funny.
Yeah, well, because like my thing is, where do you draw the line on this? Because like, what if they say this just wasn't for just actors or whatever? What if it was just everyday people after they died? What if they wanted to take like my face after I died and be like, hey, that's our new poster face for diabetes or herpes medicine, and we're going to make that face the official face of.
Oh, just thinking out loud, men tend to go first. Statistically,
Mhm.
I don't think Holly turned on a check for her dead husband as the face
Right.
of herpes. Like, check's coming, whatever you want.
Right, like I don't know, or what if they want to make a movie about child abuse and they need someone that goes around and abuse kids? Oh, hey, let's use this person. They just pull up some random guy from some town that no one's ever heard of, and they use that person. I don't think
Yeah.
he would appreciate that. I mean, granted, he's not alive to say anything about it, but like
You can know the
I can
difference.
see the disrespect. Or
Yeah, I understand that,
Mhm.
but I want to know who's getting paid. Like I know, like Elvis, Prince, they all have estates, but does like James Dean? Does he have an estate somewhere? And someone's making
yeah.
because he died like
Bro,
what? He's
I
in
think
his
when-
40s, right?
From what I've read, I think
Yeah.
someone owns the right. Some studio actually owns the rights to him. From what I'm understanding.
How is that even possible? I
Because
wonder.
they probably,
They probably
I
signed
guess.
something.
well, they say a lot of times, like, especially, not as much now because people are a little bit more wise to it,
But
but
in
you
the
hear about
50s?
early contracts
Yeah.
of young people, unknowns, will make a world famous star, all this stuff,
Yeah,
and you sign away
That is true.
so much to become famous.
that is true. Especially like in the 50s then.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is true. But that's just weird. But like I think Prince has it in his like estate that he can't. Like nobody can use his thing, and
Yeah.
I think that's why
yeah.
he was like in a Super Bowl, like a holographic once, and there was like all kinds of backlash.
Yeah, I think one of the Beastie Boys died and had, like, they
Yeah,
didn't want the music in any commercials.
yeah.
So, like, which I thought was
So that's where
interesting.
we're headed then.
Yeah.
So you can't use my face. It's gonna be in my will.
I bet
Yeah.
there's actors. Didn't I hear there's some actor alive right now, like a big name, that said like if they die, they don't like it's against some
I think it was Keanu.
contract thing.
I want to say it was Keanu Reeves, but I could be wrong. Yeah, but someone did say that he's never giving any studio any permission to use his likenesses without his permission. But that's even after he dies. But I don't know.
Yeah, it feels in some way disrespectful.
Yeah.
Can't really articulate why.
And it
but
just-
sure feels that way.
And it just feels messy too, because like just think about like all these mega corporations now that are going to start buying people's likenesses or buying like the rights to your face or like
You could
I think that's already-
I mean, if you're living and you're saying like, if I want to sell my face,
Yeah,
if
that-
I'm, like
but-
okay, I have consent, like I'm okay with that.
yeah.
But like when you're
But if you-
post-mortem,
But if you're already dead,
then my
then they can just come in and be like, hey,
Because somebody owns it.
I feel like you gotta be a pretty
well
famous, well-known
clearly,
person for them to want to.
clearly, but that's where this is
They're not gonna be
like.
after Josh Brown's face once you go.
I feel like this is like a slippery slope of it heading into other things of like advertising and
mhm.
whatnot and
Yeah, but
print and
but what if they
digital.
they want to do something that they can't get a real person that's living to agree to, but they need a certain person that fits a certain build, so
Can't just create it?
they go after someone that, yeah, but like,
I don't have a
how great would it look if it was an actual person that they're stealing? I don't know.
But if they can't get somebody to agree on it,
That's what I was thinking.
then I don't see an issue with them using
Yeah.
fake
Like
people
they
or
can't
fake
find
faces.
anyone.
It
and no
depends
one's
on
willing
it
to
depends
do all
on
the
what they're
work.
doing that they don't that or why are people not agreeing to it? Because I mean, it won't just stop with movies and stuff. It's going to be all kinds of other media. If
That's
you know
what
what I'm getting at, it's going to be it's going
I
to
think
it's
it already is.
it's going to blow up into other things that people are not comfortable with. I just think it's too messy.
But is that
That's my-
wrong then?
I was
Let's
gonna
just say,
I
let's
feel
just say
like-
we're talking the
Yeah.
other media that we all know what we're saying here without actually saying.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
I know, like the people that are when they make them of the people that are still
Okay,
alive.
well that's
and
what I'm
stuff,
saying. So you
that's
can't
pretty-
use an actual like, person.
Well, I think they're all. I don't think there's any of them are licensed, and they're, I guess, illegal technically, like a lot of things like speeding. But if you get caught, they take them down. I think
Right.
Mm,
because it's like definitely unlicensed, with like some actress's face or something.
But
yeah.
if like that's where we're headed, and we're just going to use somebody that we just created,
Yeah.
like if you can't find a real person or
Then,
somebody,
yeah, if you create someone that's completely AI and they're not
Yeah.
actually from a actual person that once lived, I think that's fine. But like
Right.
if they're literally like taking photos of someone that lived and they look
well, yeah,
like,
that's
and they look exactly like someone's 17-year-old daughter, like that passed away, that would be an
Well,
issue.
But I
Yeah,
feel like
I think
there's
that's gonna end up in legal stuff anyway.
right.
Because
Yeah.
like music, oh that song kind of sounds like that one. Now you have to give half your royalties away.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of looks like me. Then you're gonna have some jury deciding how alike do they look.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna have like Zac Efron and me side by side to say which one is which.
because they do that anyway.
Yeah.
Come on,
But-
someone didn't even laugh at that.
I didn't get it.
Zac Efron and me side by side,
Oh.
which one is which?
Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. But I mean, they do that anyway with like when they advertisers, when those fake scammy type things, products, and they use the likeliness of like a Kardashian. Why I cannot think of anybody else, but that's who it came to.
Hmm.
She sues everybody,
Yeah.
and they take them down.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's
That-
the same
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But if you're using like a fake person,
Yeah. If you literally
What's
just
the-
scrapped it out of just digital, if it's just digital artwork, yeah. I mean, that's who are you hurting?
the actors, I guess, the actresses.
I mean, if it are you like straight up copying someone?
No, I'm just saying, like, if
Yeah.
that's where we're headed, is to
Yeah.
like
Oh.
digital people acting,
Mhm.
because that's essentially what it would be, no matter who it is.
Yeah,
Aren't you just like wiping out the whole Actors Guild?
maybe could be putting people. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like also like, why don't we just kind of let go of the past and let these future generations have their own Elvis and their own Marilyn Monroes and have like other people go on to be stars. Like, why do we have to keep holding on to things that have been that they came and they went, they had their time and they're gone? Like,
And we've done
capitalism.
movies on them.
Capitalism is why they do it. Yeah.
like,
Because it's there.
like,
Graceland's a huge
Yeah.
tourist attraction every year. Millions of people visit Graceland, so why not
Yeah.
keep making
If you're a big
movies, I
company,
guess?
you could spend $50 million
mhm.
with a high chance of profiting another 50 on top of that. You'll do it every time. I
Yeah.
would.
You're right.
If
I
I was in
mean,
that position.
I just feel
Yeah.
like this is one of those things, like, just because you can, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel like too much technology in our lives is too much.
mhm.
I also kind of think that if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you don't agree, I guess if we find it disrespectful to use a postmortem face for digital content,
It's like if
maybe
it's,
not watch it.
if it's a big enough problem, no one should watch it.
Right.
And,
And then
they'll,
and they won't, and they'll quit doing it.
they won't make their money and they won't do it again. Like,
Yeah.
there you go. But that won't.
No, because there's like, I gotta go check it out.
Yeah.
Gotta go see it.
You
And
need
then,
to go.
you know,
Yeah.
you're talking like Elvis, and he's got like a whole cult like following anyway, for whatever reason.
Hmm.
so he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He
How?
has flaws.
I think it. I
Some
think.
pretty major ones.
Always? So we all?
Hmm.
I don't know much about Elvis. I probably need to watch
He
the movie.
might come a little young.
Okay. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't really like it. Maybe because I'm just old school and I like to see actual actors act. That's just my simple answer.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the
You're right.
character,
Like
you know,
the actors
whatever.
act.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I watch animated stuff. I don't see a big difference. It
I
doesn't
know,
matter
it's
to me.
fine line,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You're right.
Yeah.
It's not that different.
I was gonna say, I feel like they've done similar faces to things that have been historical or dead people, and
Mm-hmm.
it's never been an issue before. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fine line.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Maybe not go overboard on it. Make every piece of art.
So you think there should be some
Yeah.
limitations?
I'm not saying we should set limitations. I'm just maybe let's just hope that they realize that not everything should be
Mm-hmm.
computer generated or AI stuff.
That's what I hope.
All right. Well, there we have it.
There's a lot to be said about the simplicity of things.